I've played a couple hours of it. I'm very impressed with it. Ben, what's your take on?
You know, I think everyone's talking about the co-op, and co-op was so important in the success of the first one. I mean, this is a game that PC gamers are going to want to buy the 4-pack of on Steam. And I think that's a really, really good place to be, because you're going to be talking your friends into buying it. You're going to be playing it with your wife or your roommates. I think games that have that kind of, it's a different form of multiplayer, but it's incredibly compelling and people are going to buy it in groups. I think that gives it a really, really good advantage out there. I'm really excited about it. I loved the first game.
I mean, co-op is one of those things that I think everyone's been talking about over the years. From a design perspective, Harvey, I mean, you think co-op is increasingly important to the industry and designers?
It mystified me that for a long time, people thought of multiplayer as like fiercely competitive. You know, that's fun, of course. Teams is fun, of course. But like, I don't know. There's a special charm to like getting together with your friends, and whether you're playing at the kitchen table, like. My wife and I have been like playing some Diablo 3 off and on, or whether you're getting together in the office late at night to play DayZ, or so you can yell back and forth across the room. There's something very powerful and very primal and very fundamental about working as a team, again, to solve a problem. And there's so much low-hanging fruit in the co-op space, especially if you're talking about co-op against the AI. There's so much low-hanging fruit in terms of design around very asymmetrical teammates. Right now, it's pretty much like, everybody has a gun and everybody has basically the same land speed and everybody's the same shape and size. Yeah. And there's so much you could do with specialized roles and complementary roles and some asymmetry there.
Last game on our list here is Resident Evil 6, coming from Capcom. I think it was coming in November, now it's coming in October. Resident Evil, huge brand, obviously, has movies, had a lot of games. I play a little bit of this at E3. I mean, some of it feels a little dated to me, but what are the prospects for this game?
It's got its couple million people who are going to run out and buy it. Right. And I don't think it breaks out. I think it's too similar to prior versions. I'm with you. I mean, it's a good brand. It's got a lot of people who really love it, but I don't think it's going to stand out. And it's that number 6.
Right.
It just feels like
only in the game industry you get to number 6.
No, but I actually think that I think Activision figured this out a long time ago when they branched. And Modern Warfare. Now we're up to Black Ops 2, but it's Call of Duty 9, but they don't say that. Yeah. I think it's dumb to name something number 6. I think you're just asking people to ignore it because it sounds just like 5. And so it'll sell well. I don't think it's a breakout hit.
I feel like the whole, survival horror, sort of that genre, Resident Evil has become more of an action game. Harvey, the sort of the themes of that and the tone of that game, does that speak to you, the Resident Evil series?
As I was listening to you guys talking, I sort of got fixated on the word resident, like, someone who lives somewhere, Resident Evil. Like, every now and then I think about that name and it's just mystifying, But obviously there's a lot of people that love those games for the horror and, again, it's third person and I always struggle with the camera, so I never have understood or gotten Resident Evil. I know a lot of my friends love it, but so I honestly, I don't know. I haven't read much about the 6th one, or I don't know much.
No, but you're right. It's a series that I think has always sort of suffered with not being able to move and shoot, and it's sort of like over the years it's always been sort of a step behind. And I guess this was their hope that this one was going to be the one that would really break out in a blockbuster way. But Ben, what's your thoughts on this game?
In this market, if you gave me 5 games to play, or that I had the time or the money to buy, Resident Evil 6 is the easy one to cut out.
Right.
I think in a field of really hard choices, that's an easy one to. You were at E3. Did you walk away with anyone playing that demo and going, "I can't wait to buy Resident Evil 6"? My God.
No, it's tough, especially when games are expensive, and it's now increasingly, especially with we're talking about things like Spartan Ops and Dishonored, the ability to replay it, Call of Duty. It's like you don't need to buy that many games to sort of satisfy your appetite, because you can play these games for months now. You spend the $60.
All these games have so many exciting things that actually are getting people energized about it. If it's new games like Dishonored, the juggernaut that is Call of Duty, the new setting of Assassin's Creed, and then you have a game with 6 at the end of it. And it just kind of suffers in there. And other than fans who love Resident Evil, I just don't think it's going to really grab onto the market in a meaningful way.
All right, well, thanks very much, guys. Ben Kuchera, Harvey Smith, and Michael Pachter. We'll see you guys next week for an all-new bonus round of the Penny Arcade Expo 2012.